Angie, for this week in NewsOK TV, we find ourselves on a sidewalk here in the Paseo Arts District because the Paseo Arts Festival is coming up this weekend, along with other Memorial Day weekend festivities.
That's right, that's coming up. And is Leonard Nimoy retiring? We find out.
Ooh, and Kristin Chenoweth, she's from Oklahoma, big Broadway star, finds herself back on the stage with another big actor. Find out who.
And is a popular music festival here in Oklahoma closing down the show? We find out. It's all coming up on NewsOK TV. This is NewsOK TV.
This is NewsOK TV. Welcome to NewsOK TV, where NewsOK.com comes to your living room, television, plasma, flat screen, whatever. I'm Dave Morris.
And I'm Angie Russ. We are here at the Paseo Arts District, or in the Paseo Arts District in Oklahoma City.
And the Paseo Arts Festival runs all Memorial Day weekend through May 31st. Be sure to come down here for the latest and greatest in classic and cutting-edge art. Some of the best works of art will be on view for the 34th annual Paseo Arts Festival.
There are going to be 75 different artists, so you're going to be able to see anything from jewelry to beautiful paintings that you can actually have on your living room walls.
And those artists do include those on the musician stage. The Wimgo.com South stage will be one of the two stages here showcasing the talent of Oklahoma's best musicians and entertainers. And of course, Angie, there's going to be food.
Oh, yes, definitely. There's also a free children's area. Artists of the Future will give budding artists a chance to explore their creativity and have fun. So you'll be able to see some new artists on the block, and also a great place for kiddos to go and have fun, arts and crafts, all kinds of stuff. We're here with Sean, who is the owner of Picasso down here in the Paseo. This is your first year to participate in the Arts Festival. What do you think?
Kim and I are real excited. We've been doing a lot of planning, trying to just anticipate the guest needs, and we're real excited about this opportunity just to get our name out there and to serve a real broad range of people.
I bet. Okay, and you guys are actually doing something special for the Arts Festival, is that right?
Yeah, we're trying to utilize our space as much as possible. We've got behind me, we've got the other room, which is the bar that's adjacent to the restaurant. And then behind the restaurant, we have an enclosed patio. So we're going to use the enclosed patio as like a beer garden. So we can do some, outdoor cooking and have some tap beers out there and whatnot. So.
How fun. So obviously this will give you a little more exposure since you're Picasso now. You know, this is Picasso, and also it's just something that's cultural and fun, I'm sure, for everybody, for your customers, but also for you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Kim and I, we were big fans of this area before we were actually down here as business people, and it's one of our favorite festivals of the year. And a lot of times, if you can't get out of town, it's at least something cultural and something exciting to look forward to the Memorial Day weekend. You
teach art as well, so it must mean a lot to you to see that, the local communities coming out and enjoying the arts.
Yes, it's a very important. It thrills me to see people make art, and then you get to meet the artist when you come to places like this and form a bond, and when you buy art directly from the artist, it means more. And then you can really appreciate it in your house.
And we're here with Bill, who is a frequent visitor of the Paseo Arts Festival. You said you've been for many years, so what do you love about it?
I like the entertainment, and looking at the different people that come up here. You've got all kinds of people that come up here, but I like the entertainment, and I like the arts. I grew up in the neighborhood, so I've watched this go from really a bad neighborhood to what it is now, which is it's improving the whole area.
All right, more event information for the Paseo Arts Festival, of course, can be found on Wimgo.com. And not just about the Paseo Arts Festival, which includes great food, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that. Yes. But you can also find out information about the Red Earth Festival, which is coming up.
That's right. I was actually there at a preview of this beautiful Native American culture. It's Angie with NewsOK. I'm here at the state capitol where we just attended a preview for the Red Earth Festival. I'm here with Eric, who's very involved in this festival. It's going to be beautiful. Tell us about this.
Well, Angie, we're excited about this. Will be our 24th annual Red Earth Festival, and this year it's scheduled for Father's Day weekend in downtown Oklahoma City. So it'll be June 18, 19, and 20. We're expecting dancers from throughout North America. About 200 artists have been juried into our show, so we'll have some of the best native art in the world featured at Red Earth. that weekend in Oklahoma City, the attention of Native American culture will be on us.
And then tell us about what happened today. You had some dancers, and also tell us about the sign language, the girls who did that.
Well, you know, every year we work with the Little Miss, and Miss Oklahoma, Indian Oklahoma City, and I've just met the nicest young ladies every year, and they have a repertoire of probably about 4 or 5 songs that they do, but they do Native American Indian Sign Language, and today they did just a nice piece to God Bless the USA, and you know, it kind of brings a lump to my throat because these kids grow up to be just fine, outstanding young ladies that represent their culture so well.
Can you tell me about your outfit?
Well, this breastplate, it was back in the day they used to use this as like a shield. It's to protect us like during the war, and that's one of the special things about it. At TP, it's part of my tribe. I'm Cheyenne Arapaho, and I have a bald eagle tail feather on on the back right there. Yeah.
From Shawnee, we had their Soaring Eagles Indian dance troupe, so we had about a dozen kids in their full tribal regalia dancing, and you know, it just makes for, you know, it's pretty with all the colors and everything.
Yeah, tell us about the honored one.
Well, every year we pick a Native American artist who is recognized by their peers as someone who represents the best of Native American art. Gordon Yellowman Sr. from El Reno, he's a member of the Cheyenne Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma. He paints, he draws, he's won many awards at Red Earth, and so we couldn't have asked for a finer Red Earth honored one for 2010.
The Oklahoma Arts Council is very supportive and is a grant supporter of the Red Earth Festival. So, but beyond that, we're just personally supportive because it's a great event and it happens every year. This is the 24th annual event coming up, and it's a wonderful event, and it's very indicative of the culture in Oklahoma because this is the home to 39 tribes. More tribes are headquartered here than any other state in the United States, and so this is a great cultural event to focus on those tribes, their artwork, their heritage, their culture. It's a fantastic event. If you've never been, you should really go.
And their culture is gorgeous. I just love the costumes and obviously the beautiful dances. You gotta check that out.
Absolutely. All right, when we come back, plenty more videos coming up, including a video on 2 Oklahomans who are taking it to the road.
And Leonard Nimoy talks about his 60-year career next.
NewsOK has a new mobile website, and it works with any internet-enabled cell phone. So you can take NewsOK with you anywhere. View the full articles, look at the photos, all while munching on lunch. And something I'm interested in, videos. Now you can watch NewsOK videos no matter where you roam. Smartphones, choose NewsOK Mobile.
Updated look, easy navigation, videos, NewsOK Mobile. Dial into NewsOK's award-winning content, now on your web-enabled cell phone. NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
Hello, this is Mary. I can help you.
Hi, my grandma wants to know how to record my show.
Press the guide button on the remote.
Abuelita, toca el botón guide.
Now find your show on the screen and press record.
Ahora busca el programa en la
pantalla.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
Welcome back to NewsOK TV. Dave and Angie from the Paseo Arts District this week. And we all know Leonard Nimoy. He's well known for Star Trek, right?
That's right.
She actually pulled that off. I'm impressed. But now Mr. Nimoy is talking about retirement. Check it out.
I set out to be an actor when I was 17 or 18 years old. I left Boston and traveled to California to try to build a career. My very first efforts were very humble. I worked in a Saturday afternoon serial called Zombies of the Stratosphere.
Zombies of the Stratosphere.
3 of us came from Mars, landed on Earth and stole a pickup truck and a couple of revolvers and announced we're going to take over Earth and knock it out of its orbit. It was a very simplistic, kind of fantastic notion. Science fiction has become much more sophisticated and complicated than the science fiction that I worked in many years ago. The writers are doing really fascinating work, and the scripts show it. production values are much more complex and much more sophisticated than what we used to be able to do.
Is it hard to say goodbye, and what's next?
No, it's not hard to say goodbye. I've had 60 years of working in films and television, and I'm very grateful for all the great opportunities that I've had and the people that I've met, the people I've worked with. The Fringe company I said on my final day of shooting was as good as any company I've ever worked with in the 60 years of my experience.
And at this point, I would usually give some wisecracking ad lib out of that package. So I would just say live long and prosper.
That's right. Well, another local star, Oklahoma singer and actress Kristin Chenoweth, is starring in a new Broadway show called Promises, Promises, and her co-star is Sean Hayes, who was made famous by the sitcom Will and Grace. Here is a song from the performance.
Is it game when it ends? It ends in tears. Darling, have a heart. Don't let one mistake keep us apart. Well, I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stair and turn the key, oh please be there, still in love with me. Well, I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stair and turn the key, oh please be there, still in love with me.
Kristin Chenoweth, big time, huh?
Oh, she's fabulous. You actually went to school with her.
Went to school with her at OCU. She's about that tall, little girl with a big voice and
Lots
a
of
world
talent.
full of talent.
I know it.
All right, when we come back after the break, we take a look at the Oklahoma River, which hosted the Collegiate Rowing Championships.
And a near-death experience for a teenager here in Oklahoma. It's changed his life, and he talks about how he looks at life now. That's coming up.
Hello, this is Mary. I can help you.
Hi, my grandma wants to know how to record my show.
Press the guide button on the remote.
Abuelita, toca el botón guide.
Now find your show on the screen and press record.
Ahora busca el programa en la
Pantalla.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
Dave, it is game time.
Angie, NewsOK is covering OU and OSU football from all the angles.
With photos, videos, live chats, blogs, and text alerts.
From coaches, players, predictions, and analysis.
With the most sports reporters covering the games.
So you'll never miss a thing.
Stay with NewsOK for your team's latest news.
Powered by the Oklahoman. NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon. 'Cause I look
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
All right, welcome back to NewsOK TV. Dave and Angie here with you from the Paseo Arts District.
Yes. Ooh, it's windy.
Yes, it is. And speaking of winds, you know, recently they held the American Collegiate Rowing Association National Championships on the Oklahoma River, and they had to fight the wind that weekend too. Go figure, in Oklahoma. Here's a look at the tournament.
Today is the American Collegiate Rowing Association Championships. So we have 48 universities from around the country who have traveled here to compete in a national regatta. This is one of the largest events that the Boathouse hosts. We have 1,100 athletes, and like you said, we have schools represented from Washington State all the way to Vermont and everywhere in between. it is a great big deal for Oklahoma City because all these college students are, they're either graduating this year or in a couple years from now, and there are people who are going to want to go out in the big wide world and find careers and probably look to move to locations where they continue to be a rower. And by bringing them here to Oklahoma City, we introduce them to all the benefits that Oklahoma City has to offer them. Not only the rowing, but just a cool downtown that they might not have known existed before, and industries that can offer them jobs.
My friend Kyle Millar with the Boathouse Foundation and all the people associated with that event did a great job bringing yet another big-time event to downtown Oklahoma City.
That's right. And those rowing teams weren't the only ones exploring Oklahoma recently. Actually, 2 guys on motorcycles are going across Oklahoma for a show called Two Wheel Oklahoma that's featured on OETA. Check it out.
Grab your helmet, pull up a couch. Rex, you ready to go? I am ready. Let's go.
The show sort of grew out of some short video clips and pictures that we were posting on a website called placestoRide.com. It sort of snowballed from there as we ventured out further and further and made them a little more extravagant, adding voiceover and things like that. And pretty soon the little video reports about our trips and rallies that we attended turned into sort of a project of their own. Eventually it's turned into what you now see on OETA every Sunday morning. We enjoyed traveling on motorcycles, obviously, because we find it fun, and it lends itself well to traveling the back roads and things like that, because sometimes you find these neat little dirt roads that you can makes it a little easier to explore some of these off-the-beaten path type places. It's more interesting when you stop and visit with people, because maybe it's a vulnerability thing or something, but people are more willing to talk with you. That you're not inside a metal box, and so you're more accessible or something, I guess.
So good for those guys. Sounds like a lot of fun, just grabbing a friend, grabbing a bike, heading across the state.
I know.
They are loving living life.
That's right. Another person who's loving living life in Oklahoma is a teenager who had a near-death experience. He counts every day as a blessing now. Here's his incredible story.
Well, me and my friends were just hanging out, being 15-year-old boys, and we're at an oil site. And being a 15-year-old boy, wanting to explore everything, I went up on the big tank deal, and the static electricity from my cell phone caused it to explode, and then woke up in the hospital. I had cracked ribs, a ruptured spleen, a collapsed lung, a broken collarbone, and second and third degree burns over 44% of my body. I was supposed to be in the hospital for about a month at least, and then I ended up getting out in 2 weeks, and they said odds are I'm never going to play sports again, and I wasn't going to let that happen. It shows me that I only live once, so go out and make the best of it, and don't take anything for granted.
How has that impacted you athletically?
Just makes me work twice as hard, and go after my goals, and don't give up till I get them. I went out the track last year trying to get faster for football, and then this year at football kind of fell through, got some Division II and NAIA offers, and then I was like, I go small school for football or go big school for track, so I decided to go big school for track. Well, we started off getting around. Our first leg ran as fastest time ever and still ended up in about 6th place coming through. And then handed it off to one of our really strong legs, Devontae Henry. And he went around, caught up, made some ground, passed about 4 people. And then another strong leg, Derek Sarowski, got it and passed all but 1 person. And then they handed it to me, and I was down by like 20 meters and had to go do it for my team because they do it for me.
and definitely considers himself lucky to be alive. Incredible story. Now, coming up next is an Oklahoma music festival, D-Fest. Is it going on hiatus?
We check with the Oklahoman's music expert, George Lang, next.
NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
Dave, it is game time.
Angie, NewsOK is covering OU and OSU football from all the angles.
With photos, videos, live chats, blogs, and text alerts.
From coaches, players, predictions, and analysis.
With the most sports reporters covering the games.
So you'll never miss a thing.
Stay with NewsOK for your team's latest news.
Powered by the Oklahoman. NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon. 'Cause I look
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
Welcome to the big leagues of high school sports. Varsity, NewsOK's new high school sports page, featuring the best high school sports coverage anywhere. Varsity dedicates experienced reporters to all the local schools from Edmond to Norman, and everyone and anyone from Goodwill to Idabel. And Varsity allows you to join the coverage. Upload your photos, join the discussion with the Oklahoman's reporters on their blogs, and follow the Twitter feed and live scoreboards. NewsOK's new high school sports page, Varsity, the best high school sports coverage anywhere.
NewsOK, Oklahoma's website.
Welcome back to NewsOK TV. Thanks for staying with us. We are here at the Paseo Arts District where the Paseo Arts Festival happens on Memorial Day weekend.
But D-Fest will not happen this year. It started in Tulsa back in 2002. The Oklahoman's George Lang tells us why it will not be happening this summer. This is George Lang from the entertainment desk of the Oklahoman, and I guess you could say today's the day the music died.
Oh my gosh, this is horrible news.
And the news is that D-Fest has been put on hiatus, I guess.
That's right.
The festival that started in 2002, hosted in Tulsa, will not happen this summer. What happened?
That's right. Well, the co-creator of the festival, Tom Green, announced this morning in a press statement that some of their lower level corporate sponsorship had not come through, and therefore he wasn't going to be able to put the festival on in the manner that he would like to see it. It would not continue to expand and progress the way it has. And so he chose to go on hiatus this year. He also said, due to the economic downturn, it's being felt, obviously everywhere.
Sure.
So those were major contributing factors, and this is a very disappointing development.
And speaking of major, last year 70,000 people attended this festival with some pretty big name bands, but it wasn't just the big names like the Black Crowes or Blue October, which is, I believe, where this picture was taken.
And Cake. Yeah.
Cake was there, but also this was important for local bands.
Yes, absolutely. There were a total of 160 bands that played.
It's a big festival.
It's a huge festival, and so this was an opportunity for a lot of state and local bands to get the word out, to get a really good showcase, to see some get in front of some new audiences, to get in front of some industry people. And so I talked to Kellen McGugan, who is the lead singer of the Pretty Black Chains. They played there for the first time last year, and they'd only been together for a few months. And it really helped to kind of launch their profile.
Good experience for them.
In a great way, and they were also able to network with a lot of bands and people who ended up being touring mates and things like that. So this is something that they're going to miss out on considerably. Really, it was just it was a great place to see a huge amount of music in 2 days that you couldn't possibly digest under any normal circumstances, except for maybe at Austin City Limits Festival or at South by Southwest.
Now, earlier this spring, we saw another festival down south, the Norman Music Festival. It was the third year for that event, and another successful event for Norman Music Festival. Any talk about perhaps moving D-Fest to another location, perhaps in the Oklahoma City metro?
Well, it's almost too early to say that now.
And probably not even fair to say that.
And probably not fair to say it now. But Kellen certainly said it to me this morning. He said, we've got Norman Music Festival has it runs like clockwork. It's an amazing festival. 3 years running, and they really seem to have a system in place. Now, it could expand. Of course, they might have to charge to make it something that's on a par with D-Fest. But it's certainly something that seems to be circulating out there with this announcement that could it travel down the turnpike, or could it exist in its current form down here? We'll just have to see what happens. Certainly, it's possible that Tom Green and his wife Angie DeVore Green might be able to get it back together and get it back on track next year. But there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of disappointment out there. It's not going to be the summer that I'd planned on.
And this festival is typically June, July.
Late July.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 days, and really some of the best 2 days that you can spend listening to music for music fans. So it's something that really, it's not how I wanted to start my weekend hearing this news.
Well, not this summer, I guess.
Nope.
For more music news, be sure to follow George Lang on his Static blog, and you can find that on NewsOK. And George, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And so that's sad for the music community that brought in those big names. In fact, you've been up there a couple times covering the event.
It's very cool. I'm sad. I hope it comes back.
All right, well, no D-Fest this year, but Paseo Arts Festival this year.
That's right.
In the Paseo District, part of the many Memorial Day events going on this year.
Yep, it's a great way to spend a holiday weekend. So if you're watching this before Memorial Day weekend has, if it's still going on, you need to come down here and check out the festival. Now, if it's afterwards, then you better get out here next year.
Well, if it's afterwards, just watch the videos. In fact,
yes.
we've spoken with some artists from years past about the festival.
I make oil candles that look like real fruit in apothecary containers that you can use as a centerpiece on a table or on an island in a kitchen.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So is this your first time at the Paseo Arts Festival?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
Yes, it looks like a nice thing.
So Johnny, tell us what your art is out here.
It's kind of a contemporary, ethnic art, non-objective. I do a lot of abstract, non-objective abstract, and a lot of jazz pieces, some African pieces. So I have a variety of different styles.
Are you excited about the being in the Paseo Arts Festival? Have you been in it before?
Yes, I've been doing this show for a little over 10 years, I guess.
Nice. So is it fun? Do you like the feel of the Paseo Arts Festival?
Yeah, it's a nice festival. It's one of the few that I actually do in Oklahoma City. I usually travel a lot, doing from 30 to 40 shows a year, but with the high price of gas, I'm cutting back on a lot of the out-of-state stuff.
So that does it for this week's episode of NewsOK TV. You can find all these videos and plenty more online at newsok.com. On the Cox channel, you can also look under On Demand and the Free Zone. And a big thanks to the Paseo Arts District, including the AKA Gallery, for this portion of the sidewalk for the taping this week.
I know it. We've been in front of their gallery the whole time, so thanks so much. We will be back next week with a whole new video lineup. See ya.